Oh, well, I don't know what's happened between last week and this week. Uh, well, I mean, like I do know, but I know that I streamed last week, and I remember doing a stream, and Will Billy was in the chat, and he asked me about it if he wanted to stream with me, how you get in touch with me. I thought he had my email. He said, anyway, no big deal. And then, of course, we had a couple, like, what, somebody like, what, in that one stream, think about. They kind of were trolling, but I was taking the joke. I knew they were just being, but they wanted to come on the stream, so I didn't know. Right now, nobody could come on. I'm just using the YouTube app, so uh, Saturday morning, and I am just streaming right now. I don't know if anybody will show up. I'm not going to worry about it. I don't know how long I'll be on here. I don't plan to be streaming real long. If a few of you show up, then I'll touch base with you and talk to you. But, but I've been up and I've walked. I've done some reading, a little bit of reading. Well, now, all I read was what I did for the video, which was Jesus Calling and living a life of awareness. So, anybody that watches me and has been watching, and the main thing that they watched was those devotional videos, I've been taking, I've just been shifting into a different, or more back to basically kind of how the channel started off, which is I just kind of share what is helping me and what I think might be beneficial to somebody else. And sometimes that is scriptural things, and sometimes it's, if you go back in channel history, there's several books that I have shared that were either spiritual in nature or inspirational in nature or just positive things to share. And so now today I think I have a couple of books coming in today that are based on Toltec wisdom. One is Beyond Fear, which is also by Don Miguel Ruiz. The other is by a lady who studied under Don Miguel Ruiz's mother and stuff. Like, so she knew him. She studied under his mom to learn the Toltec wisdom and the 4 and 5 agreements. Well, there's only 5, but the 4 agreements came out first. And that book, I can't remember. It's a book set up. It's supposed to have, if I remember correctly, I think it said that it's set up like 13 chapters, and then I guess each chapter, I don't remember, but something about 28. It's set up that 28-day, 13 chapters, and then it's set up with 28-day meditation type things. That's what I was looking for. Something I could share that if I don't necessarily have to read it every single day, but once I'm going to get the book first because I've never read that one. I believe I used to own Beyond Fear. So, but first I'll get the books in today, I think, and it's what it says. They're out for delivery. I will be going through those over the next few days and the weeks ahead for myself, especially the newer one that I have never read. I'm going to skim over it, look at it. I don't know if I'm going to start reading it myself from beginning to end. I'm just going to kind of get it and see what it's like, because I have a couple other things I'm still in the process of reading, if you don't know. But Carl Jung, I haven't read a little bit yesterday of that, but you can see I am like probably about halfway through this book. I'm at page 50 something, and it's only let's see, 112 pages. So I'm right at halfway through that book. Still working on Dark Night of the Soul. I'm taking a lot more time with that one. And then I think I might get a comic book today. It was in Birmingham yesterday, but it's not supposed to get here. It's supposed to get here by Tuesday. And usually, though, if something is in Birmingham the day before, usually that morning it ends up here at this post office. I hadn't got a notification saying it's out for delivery, but Bronze Star by Mike Barron, which I think was crowdfunded last year or maybe the year before. I remember when they were crowdfunding it. He does have a Bronze Star 2 coming out. If I remember correctly, that was being funded on Indiegogo, and I think he's going to launch it on Fund My Comic also. But since his website has some actual copies of things that he's produced over the past few years, I went ahead and I didn't back the Bronze Star, but I bought it brand new off his site, and I like Mike Barron. I have Private American. I have 4 Nexus. They were by Dark Horse, but I have 4 Nexus. Something in blue. I don't remember. They're put up. I finished all 4 of them. Old comics from. They're not as old as the original ones when he first started printing them. And then I found like a couple of other Mike Barron things that I knew about Badger. So I have issue 2 of Badger, which I haven't read yet. I have another book by him. I think it's called The Jugulator or something like that. I don't remember. I believe I read that. It was quick, little simple. Anyway, just saying. So I have a couple of cool books that are based on Toltec wisdom coming in. And I might have the Bronze Star graphic novel coming. That being said, now I'm going to look at the Bronze Star, but I'm still like working on trying to get. I've been bad about not reading as much as I want to. Like, I have plenty of time to be doing it. It's just sometimes I get caught up in the day, like either doing videos or I end up starting a live stream, and it's not like that really. It's just trying to fill the day with other things, more activity, like trying to clean, trying to walk several times. I have slacked a few days this week where I didn't walk necessarily as much as I wanted, but I got paid Tuesday, so that was understandable. One day I walked and it was like, by the time I was trying to do the second one, it was already too late. It was kind of still hot, and by that evening I was ready to call it a day. I'm not thinking anybody, like I said, I don't plan on being here very long. My intention today, one of the main things I'm going to do, and I'm not using the gimbal right now. I tried to set it up and see. I have been looking at trying to see if it works with live streaming. You can use it, but me and somebody was talking yesterday, they don't know exactly what all you would like, the capabilities of what it does as it's built for. I really don't know. Will it enhance the live streaming? But when I connected it and everything, I couldn't tell that I couldn't tell if it was going to come through there or not. And when you have it turned off, it kind of like loses its balance. So I can't leave it off and still just use it as a tripod. It has to be on. And I like the way it's making the videos, like those videos where I'm reading to you. There's been about 3 videos I've done that way, where it's stationary and I do have it on and I'm using the app. I think it's coming out as a little bit better picture. But that's neither here nor there. My storage spaces eat up pretty quickly. My friend did get me some SD cards, and it turns out this specific model of phone, after Android 10 or whatever, they discontinued it being able to use an SD card as internal space. So in other words, if I want to move any of my videos or anything that are on the phone to the SD card, I have to do it manually. And that can be a pain in the butt. So, but the idea is to try to get, the idea would be to try to get, what was I trying to say? Hell, I just forgot. I was trying to say it would... Man, Gray Cloud. So then last night I was in a chat and I let something bother me that shouldn't have bothered me, but I had forgotten. somebody a while back, months ago, I remember them asking me, "Why'd you block me?" And I don't remember blocking them. Um, and I thought they were talking about their comic book company account. I hadn't had it blocked. And then I went in there and looked, and I realized that this person has a personal account, and somehow or whatever, I must have been thinking that I don't know what was going on, but I had him blocked, and I didn't realize that he was talking about his personal account. And I actually don't have anything against the dude. So, like, he was in the chat a couple of times and talking, and even saying that he'd help me with writing tips if I wanted. But then it was like a day or two later, it was when he was like, "Why'd you block me?" And I don't even remember doing it. And if I did, I thought I had a reason. But I unblocked that person on X last night and went ahead and followed him. I thought I was following him, but I don't know if that'll make any difference. And I don't know if they'll follow me back. I really don't give a shit. I mean, he wasn't saying anything because he was acting mad or anything. It's just, I was like, I thought I unblocked you. I really don't consciously remember doing it. And he's like, "It's whatever, dude." Like, you know what I mean? But I let that bother me a little bit. I was like, man, I don't like being an asshole. I don't like seeming like an asshole, but I will block people sometimes. But usually a scam accounts, or what I think is a scam account, or anybody that follows me and then I follow back and they're immediately in my DMs. And within a few questions, I mean, you know, like, if you can kind of tell when someone's nefarious, those kind of accounts I will, but because I don't want to deal with it. Like, especially those stupid accounts that are made like where it appears to be some beautiful female and supposedly she's just chosen to follow you. You follow back because you think it might be a real person, not because you're interested in getting with them or anything or whatever. But then they start hitting you up and it's all like trying to direct you somewhere or trying to get information from you. Or it's just like they think they're going to woo you because they think you're some lonely person and they're going to scam you by making you think that you're talking to some fucking whatever. And that happens to women too. I had a friend in North Carolina that got scammed by somebody that built her trust, had sent her a little bit of money, the here and there. Then finally, at some point, they sent her a certain amount and she used it, and it turned out it was a scam. You know, the person somehow, I've heard of that. I had that happen to me. They deposit what appears to be a good sum of money in your account, and then you use it, and a few days later, the bank catches that it wasn't a real fucking deposit, and you end up owing the bank that money plus whatever late fees and other fees that come with it. In other words, you can get pretty much screwed if you. And a lot of those type, like I said, they build your trust, making you kind of think that they're really trying to be your friend or they're really interested or whatever. And sometimes it might take a period of time, and they'll do things that seem legit, and then when they're ready to screw you over, they do the big deal, and then you end up, you know, in the dump. Okay, I really don't remember. I had no specific reason why. I just kind of wanted to touch base. I have not been live in a few days. I think the last day, what's today, Saturday. I think we might have streamed Wednesday. Yeah, I believe I did. Tuesday I got paid, was out and about. Wednesday I do remember streaming, I believe. And so I streamed a couple of days earlier in the week. And if I remember correctly, I think Wednesday was like an earlier stream. And but like I am waiting to, like, I don't know if Betty still has intentions of trying to get some clothes washed today, but she's done been up early. Like, I've been in the living room. She done been over to my neighbors that lives behind me to go, because the neighbors behind me, her van is immobile right now. So sometimes she'll need, because she takes care of the grandbaby, sometimes Betty will go to the store for her. So I think that's what happened. She went, came back, she's done gone again. I have no clue to what's going on. I'm waiting to be able to touch base with her and see if we're going to try to fit in, going to the laundromat today. I'm waiting for the puppies to start making noise, because this morning, I put them in the spare bedroom last night, and they are doing pretty good. And So this morning, because I got it blocked off where they can only go in, like they got a certain amount of space, and I don't want them coming out all the way and coming out into the living room and all that yet. But so I let Biddy in there today. Like I slid the blockade. I slid it over, let her go in there and feed them. And they've all kind of just been asleep for a little while now. And I don't really want to disturb them. And once I hear them in there yelping and messing, like being conscious, I figure that's when I'll go in there and try to get them out. I'll probably set them out in the yard for a little while and clean that little area up and, get it ready to put them back in there. But I figure if they're all pretty much laying down and not making any noise right now, I do need to get it done. But it's not something that if they're asleep and having a little moment, like they're doing fine, being quiet. But once they wake up and everything again, which could be any time, once I start hearing them move around and shit, I will definitely go and start moving them out of that room, and try to clean that. So while I'm trying to wait to see about talking to Betty if we're going to wash clothes, at some point once I end this stream, I definitely will be doing a little bit of that cleaning for the puppies, and then I drew a little bit today, but not much. It's a crude little stupid drawing. And then I haven't wrote yet. I want to write something, I want to write some kind of poetry or stream of consciousness. I need to think about writing something towards my stories and stuff, but sometimes I get discouraged about my life. But then sometimes something reminds me that I'm okay. It's not over yet. Just because I think, well, I'm 51, and I'm blah, 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 and woe is me, bull crap. Something lets me know you're okay. You're okay, Gray Cloud, and you're going to be all right. And you're still here, and there's still things to do. Now, what I thought 30-something years ago, that I had no clue I'd be doing at 50-something years old, but I thought over my lifespan, I thought I was going to play some independent music and maybe not make a great living at it, but at least make enough to get by. Or I thought I'd have some of my writings in print. There's a few things out there in print, but I don't have any copies of it. Not story-wise. I'm talking about like stream of consciousness, poetry type shit. Which actually I've had a plan for a long time to try to go through all of the different writings I have over the past few years, because I used to have all the stuff from way back, but I don't have any of that. But what I've wrote since I've lived here, I have a bunch of notebooks, and I can go through it and try to find what I think is the best stuff. Just random thoughts or random like stream of consciousness, poetry, different types of that. I want to collaborate to take and once I get a computer again, although I really don't know how to type, but at some point, I would like to go through all the writings I do have, determine what I think is worth sharing, and then type them into a computer. I mean, I can do it, and I will do it, but get it into a computer on a file, and it's typed out, pick whatever. And then when it comes time to really try to organize it into a layout for a small type of, I always envision just doing my own little copies. Like if I can get a computer again, then get a printer, a good printer, and then learn how to do the layout. And I always thought about doing it where, like, take the piece of paper that goes this way, turn it like in the computer, turn it to its side, and make it into 2 pages. Well, like you fold the paper in half, and you'd have a half size little pamphlet or a book or whatever, kind of like Dr. Ben's, some of his comics. And I just thought about doing something that way myself. Like if I had a good printer, had my own computer again, figure out what kind of font and all that I want, pick out the writings I want to put in it. And I could do like small intervals over a period of time and print out so many copies by myself with my printer. Just keep it simple, not big. You don't have to be like a lot of color and stuff. Just get some fancy top paper to put it on that's not just white. Pick some kind of good paper in a certain color and just figure out the layout, how many pages you want to end up being, and then I could print those myself and then put them together. It's a lot of work, but I thought I could do just a handful at a time and offer them to the people that watch the channel and stuff, Like if it's stuff I wrote and I was able to get that put into a print, whether it's me printing it myself on a printer or not. But I thought that'd be kind of a cool thing. I've wanted to do that for years. I did kind of have some stuff like that in North Carolina at one time that I did, and I did give some of that out. But I thought about like doing a little simple thing where I could put it together at some of my writings and then offer it to people that, because if you printed it off yourself and everything, it just means you have to put a lot of time into it yourself on your computer and everything. Then you print it out and you put it together. It'd be pretty basic, but I mean, you could probably charge a couple of dollars for it, but I thought of just like, anybody that would be interested on the channel. But then I guess I could factor in how much it does cost, like how much time did I put into it. Paper does cost something. Printer ink does cost something. Come up with a small, like $2, $3, $4 little booklet that's got writings in it. I thought that would be kind of cool. And some people might be interested in, because I share my writings from time to time on the community posts. Even made videos where I read the writings into the video. But I think that, people, I've always fancied it better. Like, you see the post, you read it, it's gone. You don't think much about it. But if someone has a physical copy of something in their hand, just a small little pamphlet, and it's your writings, they can go back anytime they want and reread the stuff. A lot of the type of writings I write can be, like, depending on who's reading it, you may interpret it a little different. I kind of have, some of the writing is somewhat ambiguous. It's like, sometimes it's specific, but then sometimes, it doesn't necessarily have a specific meaning. It's just kind of like I said, just what comes to me through whatever the source is that's giving it to me. I don't usually credit myself as the actual, like I'm not necessarily coming up with it. It's coming from somewhere spiritual and from somewhere outside of myself. It's coming from within, but it's tapping that spiritual side. And sometimes I look back on my writings and I don't even remember writing it. It reads to me as if I'm reading someone else's stuff. And that's why I always think of anything I write, especially stream of consciousness. I don't necessarily think I'm actually, like I'm the vessel that is used to produce it and put it out into the world in whatever way I can. Although nothing's like in major print and like a lot of people know about it, but I think that some of the writings I've done over the years, even prior to living here, sometimes they can be pretty insightful and like make you think. Like I've took and read my writings before, and it'd be like if I wait a long time before I go through, there's writings I got that are 4 or 5 years old here now, and sometimes I'll be going through a notebook and reading it. But I can also see where I could improve the writing and stuff. So like when I'm be going through, if I type it all into files into a computer, I might be able to take things away, add things, make it better before I put it into print. That's the idea. Now I hear one of the puppies. Sounds like they're about to be moving around. And so that's telling me that I might need to, here in a second, wrap this up. We're almost 30 minutes. It looks like somebody was trying to tune in. I don't know if they were having trouble with their connection or maybe they tuned in and I'm just being boring. I still want to get with Dr. Ben's comics and try to send him. I told him like last month I wanted to send him like maybe $20 to put together a little package of his comics. I've already got his stuff. You know, it's like a little like kind of independent comics that he's made himself and everything. But I wanted to try to send him where he could put together a little package that we might be able to do a giveaway for, because he is going to launch. Like I think he's got to sign up for something on Indiegogo right now, and he ain't launched it yet. So I thought, in coordination with what he's wanting to try to get backers for, send him a certain amount of money to put together a little package that we can collectively do a giveaway as. Because, you know, on my second channel, I haven't done it's over 100 subscribers, and I've said this already, and it feels like I'm slacking, but I haven't talked to anybody about it. I would like to do an official first stream over there where we celebrate getting over 100 subscribers, and we are talking about comic books and stuff. So I'd like to have at least one other person on with me when I do that might be in the comic scene, some of the people I follow. And we might have some stuff that we already know we want to talk about. But I thought about, I might need to talk to Dr. Ben and see if he would want to be on there for sure with me, and then send him that money and he can put together a package. We can do like a first stream. I can help plug him, and then we can ask people from his channel to try to subscribe to my second channel, and I can try to get more people to his channel, and maybe do a little giveaway of some of his comics he's already got and stuff that's not for the Indiegogo, that he, like some of the copies of the things I've already got, but another package that we can offer. Like, he don't have to send me the package for me to send out. I can send him some money. He can put together the thing. I can be like, he said he could consider me like the sponsor, and we do like we kind of like do a stream together or something. Or maybe do a couple of streams where we're like trying to promote the giveaway. Like, hey guys, go sign up for his Indiegogo. Go sign up for his email list, and so when it starts and launches, you'll know. And if you're interested in his stuff, we'll have a package here to give away, and we'll decide when we want to end it and all that. We'll have all that worked out. I just haven't got with him I hadn't directly messaged him or anything to see like how he would want to go about doing that. I've noticed like I noticed like sometimes he's doing like quite a bit, but here recently it looks like he's not been, I haven't seen him on streams as much. He's not, he's still doing a few things, but it's like far in between, like kind of like good spaces of time in between the last time he does a stream to the next time. I remember several months back when I first really kind of got associated with him, I met him through other streams. He was quite kind of being frequently like popping around a lot. So I don't know. But anyway, I guess I'm going to get out of here, man. 30 minutes seems good enough to me. I'm not going to stream for an hour. I've been sitting here talking pretty much just to the wind, it looks like. Hopefully, if you watch it later, something I said was somewhat entertaining. I don't know. I don't think I've done anything entertaining here today. So there you go. My intention is to try to get some clothes washed today. I don't know if that's going to happen. But I also said I got to I got to at least clean up after the puppies and stuff and do some other things, even if I don't wash clothes. So, but I need to watch, I want to wash all the little blankets and things that I have for the puppies. That's why I really want to get there. I need clothes washed myself, but I want to get these blankets clean because I only have one really clean thing to put back down after I clean today for them. If I don't get my clothes washed, I would still be good for several days. Like, it's not like everything I wear or own for me is dirty yet. There's times that I've went where almost everything was dirty before I could get it washed. So But I'm not down to that yet, so that's a good thing too. Yeah, let's end it, man. No big deal. I hope everybody has a good day. Um, and if I don't end up going to wash clothes, maybe I'll end up talking to somebody and they'll want to stream with me. Maybe we can do a stream. Like I said, I don't know, man. I don't know why I let it bother me last night about dude pointing out that, yeah, you blocked me. It's because I thought there was a good repertoire and I didn't fucking know what I had. I don't know why I did what I did or any of that. But it's undone. And I really shouldn't worry about what people on the internet think about me. I don't think he thought much about it because he said it's whatever. But when I really don't have a reason to be like that way or keep somebody, from communicating with me and stuff. But like I was still following his actual his company, and I think I was following his wife, but somehow he was still blocked, and I don't even know. I don't like. I realistically, I don't remember. I don't remember doing it. But you live and learn. I'm trying to keep my head in the right place today. Like last night kind of got to me just a little bit. I thought a little too hard about it, and I went over to X and made a couple of stupid posts. At least my friend was kind of concerned, and she texted me and then messaged me on X. I finally had text back. It's like, I don't really feel like talking, and it's not that big a deal. And then I explained it this morning. I was like, this is what happened, and I let something get to me that really wasn't necessary. I mean, I didn't lose sleep over it. But, for like about 30 minutes, I was like, man, I'm an asshole. I'm a dick. I was like being hard on myself. And then I was even thinking that maybe there's people. But today the Spirit's telling me, stop worrying about who likes you and who don't like you. I know who does like me, and that's the Big Kahuna. I mean, sometimes he might not like me because some things I've done are wrong, but Big Kahuna generally likes me, and he likes most of everybody. But when we screw up, sometimes we make the Spirit a little upset or a little disgruntled because we chose to pull away. And I don't want to pull away. I want to be here and now today. Y'all have a good day.